Yo,
Boom.
what's up, y'all?
We're live.
How's it going? I'm
What's
hungry.
good?
Feed me, y'all. Feed me.
Let's see if the overlays come in there. Yep, there they
Tip
are.
to feed.
Sweet. What's up, everyone?
Press one if you're hungry too.
Say
Sorry.
what's up if you're in the. Say hi if you're in the chat or if you're hungry.
Yeah.
I think somebody submitted
Riot,
a track. Yeah, tried to submit a track in Discord, but that ain't how we do it. So if you've got a track, send it through our platform, which we can link in the chat right there.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, I already did. Yeah, the feedback. But
hey, Twan's back.
Yo, what's up, Twan?
I'm glad you're here. We thought we weren't going to be on today, but we are. Plans are slightly different than we thought, which is a good thing. So you're, I think, second in the queue, so we'll get to you soon.
Yeah.
But glad to have you, man.
We'll see if Black rolls around, but we see. He said see y'all in 3 weeks. So
oh shit.
Let's see.
I think he saw the email earlier. Like I think he had opened it or something.
Okay. Come on, Black. Where you at? You're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But welcome. FastTrack.
He's gonna come in like 15 minutes and be like, "Did I miss it?"
Yeah. Do it again.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, welcome to FastTrack Feedback Fridays, where we give you feedback on a Friday, and just submit your tracks there. We usually get through 5. We have 3 people in the queue. Apparently, I think his name's Kotzi Riot or Kotzi Riot, perhaps. I think they submitted through Discord. We don't do that. We use our website here. Why would you want to do that? It's that you get integrated into this system here, so we can put your waveform up here. You can have the title, the album art, what you're specifically looking for feedback on, what your role is. That way we can give you, feedback detailed to your role, and we can give you these ratings, which you'll be able to save to later, and also revisit when we publish the stream highlights. So please use our system, not Discord. You could join our Discord though; that's still fine. And please do that. Actually, that's great that you did that. But if you could submit using our system, that'd be awesome. But so in terms of our stream right now, we have 3 people in the queue. We have Black, we have Candy Twan, and then we have Welly. And if Kotzi Rai gets in there, we have 4. So please get your tracks in. We want to listen to them. But yeah, so we could do Odyssey by Black first. It's on here. Their role is makeup artist, which is probably wrong. And then track genre is rap. Well, I don't know. Maybe Black does makeup, but when I interviewed him, it didn't seem like it.
Yeah, I think he did that on purpose.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He also had an email called fake@gmail.com. And
yes.
Yeah, that was a great little prank that he had. So it's our guy, Black. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, Black. 3, 2, 1.
I've been ballin' for Odyssey. I've been ballin' across the seas. I done seen what I had to see. All I feel is ecstasy. Got these treasures all over me, over me, over me. I've been flexing, got these sirens all calling me, calling me, calling me. Had to get some glory from my Odyssey, for Odyssey. Day one, darling. I was searching for the money, along the way I found me. Had to overcome the worst, I do it for my family. I ain't never had a down, cause it always had me. Never love a hobby, she just wanna harm me. Yeah, I might have slipped up, but I'm moving like the army. Traveling for some seasons, the Lambo is the reason. Flexing all these bobos, hope they know that we ain't even, I'm eating. Ice on wrist, I'm flossing. Pimped out coupes, I'm ballin'. Too high up, no falling.
There's layers here. Selling out or sailing now?
All I feel is ecstasy. Got these treasures all over me, over me, over me. I've been flexing, got these sirens all calling me, calling me, calling me. Had to get some glory from my Odyssey, for Odyssey. Love my people, had to leave a few cause I know that was frozen. When it comes to money, best believe I was chosen. Lizzie, how you do it? I was searching for the moments, focus on the future, selling out a user. Slayed a couple dragons, now your boy's feeling super. Had a drip account of these racks, call me Luther. Pull up to your city and I'm looking for them cougars with hooters. Ice on wrist, I'm flossing.
Hoover said Hooters, huh?
I'm ballin', too high up, no falling. Baby, I'm sailing now. I've been ballin' across the seas. I done seen what I had to see. All I feel is ecstasy.
Looks pretty catchy, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Black Odyssey. What do you think, Josh? First impressions, vibes.
Yeah, I like it overall. I mean, it's like you said, catchy. It's got a good hook, like a good structure. I think it flows along well. It didn't have any like. I didn't really get bored. I think it's the right length. I like a lot of the sounds that are used. I think it sounds pretty well mixed. Maybe I don't know if you have any thoughts on just like vocal delivery at all, but I think otherwise it's like pretty well packaged.
Yeah, I think it might be preference, but I think he definitely sounds stronger during the chorus when he's up in range. When he
Yeah,
gets to like the verses where it's like very low, I
yeah,
feel like I could tell that it's the autotune itself is struggling to like find what note it's at, and I think
yeah,
his voice itself is like struggling to hit those low notes.
yeah,
So that's what I'm hearing. That also kind of um, makes the words that he's trying to say harder to like make out. So I can't really catch all the bars that he's saying. Although some of them are like funny. I know Black is pretty funny too. So I'd like to hear more what he says. I caught the Cougars at Hooters part, and like that's yeah, like please give me more of that.
I got.
Yeah, why not? I also heard like him doing it about a purple Lambo, which in our interview, that's what he wants. That's like his goal is to get a purple Lambo. So that was cool to hear stuff like that. But sometimes I just can't hear him, and it's kind of a symptom of what I think this kind of sounds like Young Thug kind of esque delivery, which who knows what the hell Young Thug says from time to time. Like it's kind of hard to hear, but yeah, I agree. I think it's pretty well packaged. It didn't really get boring at any point. Um, yeah, I just like to hear his voice more, and I feel like or his words more, and then the delivery during the verses. I feel like either more confidence or maybe stay up in that more comfortable octave. That's what I would say. But yeah, um, cool. Do you have anything else before we say vibes? The score.
No, nothing else for vibes.
Okay, I think I have a score.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Boo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
pretty good.
Oh shit, isn't R&B right? It's R&B. What are you talking about?
He said R&B night.
Is it R&B night? Where? When? Here?
I was like, yeah, it's sort of R&B-ish a little bit.
Oh, this song?
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
it's got
We'll
some
see.
melodic element to it. Some of the sounds. Yeah,
Possibly. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
but
Content, what do you got?
maybe Twan's hinting that's what he's got up next.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't know.
We could slow it down a little bit. Yeah.
We'll see. But
I do not think of Young Thug as R&B.
yeah.
But anyways.
Let's see content.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, again, I think it's like pretty well structured. Doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with it. The intro and outro are fine. Again, I like the sounds, like the content that's used. I think the only thing that I could pinpoint as being an area for improvement is just the delivery, especially those low parts. It just
Mhm.
sounds like he's struggling a little bit, and it becomes a little bit uncanny valley just with
Yep.
what the auto tune's trying to do, and it's kind of like doesn't. It almost like starts to not sound like a human voice. It's like a
Yep,
little bit.
that's when I said it sounds like Ice JJ Fish, and
Oh,
yeah, I've told Black that before, but there's a
yeah,
little bit of that there in some of these sections, but
yeah,
it's just where it's like like the actual delivery itself is like literally like shaky, like I could feel it like not coming out, with gusto
yeah.
and confidence. So yeah, but I guess Ice JJ Fish is pretty damn confident too. So I don't know, but anyways, cool. Yeah, what else about content for you?
Um, Not much. I mean, it's like I don't know if there's anything super groundbreaking. I don't think there needs to be. I think it's like a catchy track that fits together pretty well, and yeah, like as much as you can make the vocals like really great and like kind of perfect for this, the better it will make the whole track, and the rest of it won't matter as much. Like I think it's fine for what it is.
Yeah, the more that I can hear you say too, that if the delivery's fixed, because like the hook itself, it's talking about I'm balling across the seas. He says like I'm on an odyssey. I think at some point he says I'm gonna sail now, which I thought he said sell out, which is like also kind of funny because I know he wants to be pop,
Yeah,
which is selling out. But yeah, I don't know how much that theme was kind of carried throughout the rest of the song. Um, I just didn't hear a lot of what was happening in the verse, so I don't know. It was just kind of a weird disconnect for me, but that might be getting into the minutia. Overall, it's like pretty decent delivery. I like the chorus especially. I think layers are great when they come into.
Oh,
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't think it's anything super groundbreaking, but it's getting more and more solid. But yeah, if I the biggest thing, like you said too, I just want better delivery for the verses. One, so it sounds better, and two, so I can actually hear what you're saying. Um, but yeah, otherwise it's like pretty solid. So that'll inform my score. So I have a score in mind. Do you?
yeah, I do.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, oh, by the way, Cade, 931.Cade, welcome. And thank you for your submission. It's got you in the queue. And
Oh, they
Welly,
did it.
welcome
Wow.
back. Yeah, Welly's here too. And Welly's in the queue.
Shit, we got Rick
Uh,
Astley in the queue, bro. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we've got everybody here in the queue except for Black. So we'll see if he
All
comes
right.
in.
Yeah. R.I.P. Okay.
All right, but production, let's see. I
And
mean,
Katsu, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really spot anything that stood out majorly. Maybe I can just go back really fast and hear a little bit.
Got these stresses all over me, over me, over me. I've been flexing, got these sirens all calling me, calling me, calling me. Had to get some glory from my odyssey, for odyssey.
Okay, the one thing I can think of is that some of those vocals
They
sound
trail off.
they're unclear on where they are in the mix depth wise. Like
Yeah.
some of them sound like they're behind some stuff. There's like a little bit of like a room reverb almost on some of it that just makes it sound a little bit more distant, and it's just unclear with like the backing vocals and the layers and then the lead vocal when they switch off, like what's supposed to be where kind of.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that's the only thing really. I mean, I think the bass sounds really solid, like the right amount of being deep and bassy. Um, and then it like the claps sound fine, like everything's mixed fine, I would say. Again, there's probably like a little 5% room for like making it sound even more polished if you want it to be like radio ready, like sort of like hit single type thing. But
Mhm.
it sounds fine. There's nothing like obviously wrong with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty happy with it overall in terms of mix.
I agree. Some of those like main vocal, what I think it's a main vocal. Maybe what you're saying is what's contributing to it too. Like I don't know if it's a main or a background, but it feels like some of them like trail off at the end and like they get really quiet compared to like the rest of the vocal. It's kind of weird. Like
Yeah,
the word Odyssey is what I picked up on. It's like a
there's some
So
trail.
calling me, calling me, calling me. Had to get some glory from my odyssey, for odyssey.
yeah,
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
I'll
it gets
bet you he's
really
moving
quiet.
away from the mic when he's recording. It's got to be something like that.
Right, which black also compression will
Unless,
help, and then writing the vocal and
yeah,
yeah, all
yeah.
that stuff. But that's that production tips.
Unless you've
But
got somebody to pay to edit meticulously every little part of your vocal when you're stepping away because you're like, I don't need to have mic technique. I'm too cool for that.
not too cool for me, black. Sorry,
Yeah,
but yeah. Otherwise than that, it's pretty solid, I'd say.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
agree.
cool. So score
Yeah, I got a score.
3, 2, 1. Production.
Boom. Yeah.
Yo,
All right.
track total.
Track total. Let's see. Pretty good.
Oh, my favorite score's in there, but it's not fair to give it, so I'll give it this. Yeah, you have your score.
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
There you go.
Same as vibes.
Pretty good.
Pretty
Cool.
good.
Thank you, Black. We'll, I guess, holler when you come in here and tell you to wait until we're done to actually see your review. Sorry.
Back, yeah.
We emailed you, and apparently you opened it. So,
And yeah,
anyways, you might be at work or something.
maybe he'll give Welly his Insta.
Well,
I think you should be able to find him.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe I can connect the two offline too. But all right, we got another submission to get to. K and D Twan in the chat. What's up, Twan? We got Motions. Their role is composer. Track genre is R&B, and yeah, that's what you're saying. It is R&B hour.
There we go.
Now it was Young Thugger hour before, but now it's R&B. Track artist K and D Twan. He's in the chat. Let us know what else you want us to listen for. Any specific feedback points. Other than that, I'm ready to get to it. Are you?
Yeah, real quick. Cade said you'll BRB. We will save yours because
Black is he? Oh wait, that's not Black. That's Black Havoc. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We spend a good amount of time on each one, so yeah, you'll be good, Cade.
Yeah, you'll be good.
All right. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Mm.
oh yeah.
Smooth.
Oh,
Is that a splice vocal or somebody you know?
I don't know. Is that you, Tuan?
Swan just got the touch like
yeah.
All right.
I can't figure out what you've done. Girl, you got my mind on the run. I put that on everything I love. I'm just trying to have fun. And last night, I couldn't figure out what you did. I just want you to do it again.
R&B
Baby,
night.
I need you close to me. I need you close to me, close to me. This is what you're supposed to be, supposed to be. Girl, I know you wanna be close to me.
This vocal is really, really good, performance-wise. I think it could be a little bit more
Girl, I
rough.
know you wanna be
Little dry.
close to me. Yeah. Don't leave me out in the loop. You know I ain't stepping like shit happened to you. Wish you were together, I got too much to lose. I need more of you. I done got addicted. Way you got me when I'm with you, I've been thinking different. I'ma sweat on all your edges till you gotta listen. Hold my hand. Lay your hand down. Say what,
I know it's better.
I'ma be the best you ever had. Guess you something special and you got me in the bed. I can't figure out what you've done. Girl, you got my mind on the run. I put that on everything I love. I'm just trying to have fun. And last night, I couldn't figure out what you did. I just want you to do it again. Baby, I need you close to me. I need you close to me, close to me. This is what you're supposed to be, supposed to be. Girl, I know you wanna be close to me. Girl, I want you close to me, close to me. This is what you're supposed to be, supposed to be. Girl, I know you wanna be close to me. Yeah.
I keep my nigga close like a body kind. I even smell his breath when the morning comes. He got Venice tatted on his arm. He everything I want, he my all-in-one. He got his pick, but he always gon' choose me though. I'm super sweet, but them hoes sugar-free, Pellegrino. Bodies look like somebody just made them out the Play-Doh. Don't try me, you must think that I'm stupid like a day off. I keep it pimpin', but I'm a dog. I don't bark, I only bite, so stay up out my yard. I don't play about my man, I ain't scared to catch a charge. If I need to run a race, I'ma do the 100 yards. Last night he brought
she
the
killing
about
it.
me. He was sweaty, so I let him drink from my water fountain. Got a mean 1-2 like the count. Hit him with that good, knocked the nigga out. Woke up talking about.
I can't figure out what you
Wait, that might have been toxic.
You
Was
got
that
my
toxic?
mind on the run. I put that on everything I love. I'm just trying to have fun. And last night, I couldn't figure out what you did. I just want you to do it again. Baby, I need you close to me. I need you close to me, close to me. This is what you're supposed to be, supposed to be. Girl, I know you wanna be close to me. Girl, I want you close to me, close to me. This is what you're supposed to be, supposed to be. Girl, I know you wanna be close to me. Yeah. I just want you close to me. I just want you close to me.
Yeah, as Willie said, this guy's sliding.
Close.
You
Bit
got
of a
that?
cut there.
The cut. What? What? A cut?
Yeah, I thought I heard a little bit of like a vocal.
Can I get to the? Let
there.
me get to this real quick. Oh shoot.
Pimpin', but I'm a dog. I don't bark, I only bite, so stay up out my yard. I don't play about my man, I ain't scared to catch a charge. If I need to run a race, I'ma do the 100 yards.
No.
Last night he brought the freak about me. He was sweaty, so I let.
Anyways, okay, I'll find it later. But
What?
there was like a line. It was the Plato line, I think. I was like, wait, is she roasting him or is she like giving him props because he's like his body built like I shaped it out of Play-Doh or something? And I'm like, wait, is that like a like oh his body
It's
like
all, like,
just
squishy.
soft and squishy? Or like did she mold it? Anyways,
funny.
that was great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Candy
Yeah.
Tuan, love it.
The vibes are definitely strong in this
Yeah,
one.
by no cap, my guy D Lyles. Do you know this? Do you know this person? Oh no, that was Black Havoc. Sorry. You guys have the same
Black
color
Havoc
on
is
Twitch.
Twan.
Right. They have the same color. Him and Welly had the same
Oh,
color on Twitch, so I just was like confused.
oh, I see.
But anyways, yeah, this is crazy. Love it. Both performances were fantastic, actually. The beat was mixed pretty well too. I do have just in general, I feel like maybe with the rap vocals not so much. I think a drier kind of thing makes sense for them, but for the R&B, I think you could definitely give them some space, put a little
Yeah.
reverb on it, put a little delay perhaps, and just make it kind of silky smooth and put a sheen over it. I think it'll be good. But otherwise, it's like the way that it's panned with the vocal layers and stuff. I think the dry processing is fantastic. So, yeah, all around, this is pretty damn good. Um, what do you think, Josh?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's you've got like some pro performers here, clearly. You've
Yeah.
got like a very vibey foundation for the track. Like it's a good like melodically, harmonically it makes sense. It's like a great R&B track. I
Mhm.
think probably the like I don't really see anything, I don't think, in terms of content, like structure, like songwriting or anything like that that should be changed.
Mm-mm.
I think it's mostly they're just opportunities to keep refining the mix.
Yep.
And I think like definitely the lead vocals being dry is one area. Um, I think just like the sort of sort of hierarchy again, like mostly depth and like volume wise, is something where there could be a little bit of improvement. I felt like there was really heavy emphasis on like the bass part towards the beginning. Like you sort of get used to it throughout, but at the beginning it just feels a little bit heavy, and like everything else is kind of secondary to that, like almost behind it, except for the vocals. So it's like there's like the bass is like towards the front, at the bottom, and
Hmm.
then like the vocals are right at the front, super dry at the bottom, at the top,
Yeah.
and then in the middle, like there's not much going on, like at like mid range frequency wise,
Hmm.
not much happening, and I would sort of caution on maybe relying a little too much on that sample, the sort of like
Hmm.
swirly one. What I don't know exactly what's going on there, but it's I think it gets a little bit distracting because of how much high mids there are in that sample, and it goes through the whole time pretty much.
Yeah.
And I also don't think it provides enough like mid-range to low mid-range harmonic like foundation. Like it's sort of doing some chordal stuff in there, but it's just very repetitive, a little bit bright, and it feels like there's nothing filling in the sort of low mid space
Hmm.
to happen like behind the vocals. So the vocals already being dry start to feel really isolated. Like it's just a track that's like bass vocals, the snare, like the drums are fine. Those are also the right like level of depth and volume. But then like the harmonic element is lacking a little bit. There's
I can
not
agree with
no
that.
like warm sort of like R&B chord part that's sort
Hmm.
of filling in that space and
Hmm.
rounding out the track. So it feels a little bit like just incomplete right now. Like
Ooh.
nothing's like bad. It just sounds like it's missing something, or it's missing some of the processing on the vocals or these other parts. It sounds to me like maybe it hasn't been mastered yet, which is fine, but that might be your next step.
Hmm.
But I just relative to Black's track just now, it sounded a little bit quieter. I did turn up a little bit to sort of get it, you know, in the viewport
Yep.
or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I think those are to be expected if you're sort of like in the mixing process right now. Those are just things that need to happen. Track wise, it's awesome. I
Hmm.
just think it needs a little bit of polish in terms of like the whole like making sure that every part of that the frequency spectrum and depth wise are like accounted for and locked together really well to create a full sounding track. I
Yeah.
think that's where it's at.
Yeah. I want to listen to it just a little bit to tune in on what you're
The backing vocals help.
saying. That's true. Yeah. Maybe get to it. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's almost like some sort of flangery kind of thing that's happening with that mid thing.
It's yeah, it almost sounds like it doesn't quite fit in either. It's like it's kind of like happening there. It's again a little bit distracting, but it's just like in this mid-range, upper mid, like high mids frequency range, that's just like not where it should be. Like the vocals and the snare need that range, and there's a little bit of clashing up there and masking, but then below it there's this big hole of like there's nothing in the mids to low mids of like just warm, nice R&B
Yeah.
harmonic content.
Put like a piano or something. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
something. Get
Yeah.
Zach on this, Twan.
Real. And R&B love piano, right? Come on.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I could totally hear that. But yeah, okay, cool. That's the in-depth kind of zoom in, zoom out. But you have a vibe score?
He's got a very honest comment here. He's like, okay, yeah, have not mastered. What I need is money to let someone mix it for real.
Indeedo.
Or just a
Yeah.
second set of ears. I don't know. Like, I wonder because
This is a pretty
sometimes you'll
decent
see.
start, actually. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, because I know you can mix, Twan, like you do a lot of mixing, but I wonder, do a lot of pros, like when they have multiple like people for mixing or production credited, do they have like the producer do like an initial mix and then a mixing engineer comes in and just cleans stuff up a little bit? And I wonder, like, out there, if it's possible to find a mixing engineer who will like take a partially mixed track and just make some tweaks to it and maybe not like be as expensive. But I don't know. It
Mhm.
would, logically, that would seem to make sense, right? Like, as a producer, you have a vision of how things should fit together and sound roughly, but sometimes you just need somebody with a different set of ears that hasn't been in it for so long, like in this track for so long, to give their perspective and expertise and just like clean things up a little bit. Like, that's something I would like in a lot of cases too.
For
It's
sure.
so hard to get it to that final, across the finish line thing.
You said, "Yep, that's exactly what happens." There you go.
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. I have a vibe score. Do you?
Let's see. Let me think about this. Yeah, you do.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty damn
It's
good.
cool. It's a good track. I like it.
Yeah. Content.
Um, yeah, and then content is like, I think the vocals, and I mean, obviously the performances are great. I think
Mhm.
a lot of the backing vocals are really good. There may be a couple of places. I don't think it's a problem actually, but if you were to add something else, like some sort of chordal like harmonic instrument, then you might want to consider simplifying a couple of the vocal layers at certain points. Like the point that we just jumped to just now, um, was like, oh, that's like a lot of different vocal layers that are all kind of doing different things.
Mhm.
Um, and maybe there's just some way to consolidate them a little bit mix wise to make them sound more intertwined rather than like kind of on top of each other.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was a problem when we were like listening through it first. I think it was just refreshing to have more stuff to like fill out the space, and yeah, they're obviously well performed, but otherwise content, I mean, yeah, I don't know, the structure is good, the writing's good, the performance is good. You got any
Yep.
thoughts?
I agree with everything. And then just to put in the critique point, which was the maybe hole in the mix and probably adding some sort of part that can occupy that. What did you say? Melodic, harmonic kind of part,
Yeah,
lower mid area, so more fundamental. But yeah, other than that, it's really solid. So I like it a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
I have my score to you.
uh yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Ba-na-na, ba-na-na.
Nice.
Production.
Yeah, and then production we talked about a lot, but I
Yep.
think it's just like some mix polishing, definitely mastering, definitely some ambient stuff that would help a lot. And I think you've got a lot of freedom to do that with this being an R&B type thing. And honestly, if you do find something else or you mix that like flangery sample differently or something and you get that kind of out of the way in the high mids, you'll have a lot of room to like play around with reverbs and spatial stuff with the vocals especially, and maybe other stuff, bust into the same thing. But
Mhm.
yeah, that would help a lot with the vibiness here. It's like it's an R&B track, you definitely can do that, and you can do it carefully. Like, I think you can have a lot of that on the backing vocals if you want, and only a little bit. And it can even be such a small amount of reverb on the lead vocals that they still sound very upfront and present and dry, but they don't sound like uh, oddly dry. Like, I don't know what a better word is, but like when a vocal's too dry
Yeah.
in a mix, it's a little bit like uncomfortable.
Hmm.
So, like a lot of times, if you just put something in there that's got a little bit of like a room, like a really subtle natural room reverb, um, and not a lot of it, it can just make things sound more natural and still very like the effect that you want with it sounding upfront.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, sample came like that, but it's something you'll figure out. So yeah, the flangery one. I don't know if the flangery part, it definitely does hurt a little. I think in terms of distractingness, because that flanger is always flanging, right? And it's kind of like a background element. It probably shouldn't have that much attention on it. So maybe it would help to find something different or construct it with instruments. Um, but also just mixing some of that high frequency, high mid stuff out of it could help. if there's room to do that, to bring out the sort of low mid content. But yeah, you got anything else for production?
Nope, I do not.
Oh, one thing. I just want to see. I thought there was a little vocal like cutoff thing here. Let me check.
Oh, at the end. Glass.
Maybe it wasn't there. I'm not sure. Maybe there wasn't.
There
even
was
in the stream.
here's something. Let me see. Oh. No, I didn't hear it that time. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It could have been that the sample is chopped up to like get it to fit or something. That, I mean, there's a little bit of choppiness there. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nothing too crazy.
But
Cool.
anyways, yeah, it's cool.
All right, score.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah, I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Yep. Track total.
Yep. Lucky sevens. And then track total. Okay.
This song gives me the runs. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Thank you. But maybe not as what's his name again? D Lyles. Maybe not as good as D Lyles, but
D's nuts. Oh,
yeah, D's
okay.
nuts. Oh yeah, D's nuts with the runs. Anyways, these runs with the nuts. I got a track total. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1. Baba Booey.
Boom.
Whoa, let's go.
There we go. Yeah, it's definitely on the way to greatness. I mean, the hardest part to get typically is really good writing and performances, especially the performances part. So if you've got that, like, you have
source material is amazing.
A lot of potential, a lot of stuff to work with here to get something that has a lot of listen potential in it. So
oh yeah,
this is sweet.
Some star power in that for sure.
Yeah, can't wait for the next project to come out, or if this is a single.
What's up, Ross? Ross XO, use our website there to submit your song, and we'll get you in.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Appreciate you, Twan, doing some good stuff out there.
Yeah, thanks, Twan. Send us more stuff if you've got it. If there's more tracks you're working on.
Faux show. Cool. All right, so we got Welly and we got Cade, and then now Ross. If you get in, you'll be 5th in the queue, and that's about all we would get to, and then more people might come in and submit and stuff. If you want to be heard right now, if you don't want to wait, you can tip to skip. Once you submit using our form there, you can just right above your submission, you could tip using the same website. It's a $5 minimum, and we'll push you to the top of the line. So if you don't want to wait and you want feedback now, ensure that you get it in this week, use that tip link to do so. But cool. Appreciate the ears. Appreciate the tunes, man. You guys are crazy. So
yeah, dude, this is sick.
Cool. But all right, we can go to Welly now, I guess. Multiple stacks. I wonder what this will be about. Prod by Aria. Yeah.
Let's
Is it
see.
Welly getting these multiple stacks?
Welly has got these stacks as a college student.
Apparently, this man got stacks, bro.
Damn, stacks of debt.
Damn, bro. Well, you gonna let him talk like that? Let's see if he's here. But oh, did you push? Oh, okay, you pushed it.
It should be there. Do you see it or no?
I see it. Yeah, I just need to refresh something. Freestyle artist. Yep, there it is. All right. Track genre is trap and Asian. All right, we'll see how I feel about that. And then track artist is Welly. Classic vibey Welly track, talking my shit and inspiring the youth. Okay. This subgenre is called Asian rock or Asian R&B. What?
AR and R&B. Like it looks like Airbnb, but it's like
R&B. It's like their stock ticker, which derives from Plug and B, but it's slightly different. Cool. Okay, never heard of this. The song is basically about staying real, going for your goals, and moving past the hate. All right, cool. You hear that, Josh? Moving past the hate.
Let's see about this. Well, if this is anything like Plug and B, we'll see how it goes.
I love Plug and B.
Plug and B, where it's supposed to sound bad. All right.
Yeah, damn. All right, play the track, bro. Enough hating. Enough hating.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Definitely louder.
There's a sire beat.
Lately I've been advancing high speed in my lane. Tryna make some change up in my change, we not the same. And yeah, I beat the games to the shape through Cartier frames. Keep up my shadow, shame the cuts they surround from it. And yeah, I had to fall back, focused on my craft. They going out so sad, know they talking all that, cause they know I'm all that. They just wanna see me back. The shorties think I'm so bad, one reason they're so mad. Get the racks, yeah, you know I'm glad. Using the talents I've been had. Fashion, ain't seeing or having. My fits are all classy, your shit is the trash. Comes back better than the past. I can't fold down, but to lie. Capping, I only say facts. Keep 100, yeah, multiple stacks. Yeah, I swear I'm used to this. Get a bag and keep it moving. These lames ain't really on, no, don't come to me stupid. No, I am not new to this. I really do this. They just control this. Got the juice, see how I'm moving. Always on the move, from the jump I've been flying. Star up in the sky, yeah, that's where I reside. Hey babe, yeah, you can come be mine on a new plane by my side. Anyways, I'm living life, yeah, you know I got to. Lately, I've been staying high speed in my lane. Tryna make some change up in my change, we not the same. And yeah, I beat the games to the shape through Cartier frames. Keep up my shadow, shame the cuts they surround from it. And yeah, I had to fall back, focused on my craft. They going out so sad, know they talking all that, cause they know I'm all that. They just wanna see me back. The shorties think I'm so bad, one reason they're so mad. Get the racks, yeah, you know I'm glad. Using the talents I've been had. Fashion, ain't seeing or having. My fits are all classy, your shit is the trash. Comes back better than the past. I can't fold down, but to lie. Capping, I only say facts. Keep 100, yeah, multiple stacks. Yeah, I swear I'm used to this. Get a bag and keep it moving. At least lames ain't really on, no, don't come to me stupid. No, I am not new to this. I really do this. Just control this. Got the juice, see how I'm moving. Always on the move, from the jump I've been flying. Star up in the sky, yeah, that's where I reside. Hey babe, yeah, you can come be mine on a new plane by my side. Anyways, I'm living life, yeah, you know I got to ride.
This beat is
A lot of
crazy.
fucking layers.
This beat is crazy.
Sounds like 4 different beats like
Yeah.
slammed together.
That was. I really like that actually.
It's like a
there's
beat burger.
there's a beat burger, yeah, for sure. A beat smash burger.
Yeah.
Five Guys, perhaps. A lot of ingredients, but whoo! I think, dude, from last week, I think this is much better.
Yeah, no, I can
Like,
agree
I
with
gotta
that.
say, like, there's so much more variation. Like, you were hitting so many different flows and melodies.
True.
That was great to listen to. I heard the plug and B influence for sure. Yeah, what do you got? Vibes, first impressions, Josh?
Yeah, I could agree. I think it's a step up from what we got
It's
previously.
like two steps up. It didn't hurt. There's no weird symbol that just like stabbed my
Oh
eardrum.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of the like lyrical content delivery seemed good. Let me think. What else?
I think there's a couple spots here and there, and like the plug and B is all about the pocket and like being offbeat but on beat. There's
That
a
was
couple areas where I thought it was a little bit too fast or a little bit like too much of a late start. So maybe just reel it in a little. But
yeah.
there are parts where you did hit the pocket. So
That was a similar thing from last week that I was gonna mention. Just how it definitely sounds. There were a lot of points where I was thinking like, this sounds like it's lyrically, I mean, rhythmically delaminating. It's like
yeah,
you start good and you're in the pocket for like a few bars, but then you try to do something that you're like less confident about or something, and you just are too early. And that's
Grinder the
super
God.
common. Like I think everybody when they're starting out with like delivering vocals has some of that. When you're just less confident, you tend to jump the gun early often because you're like you need to get it in there and not be like late. It's this weird thing. I don't know why that's what happens usually, but it is.
Mhm.
So that was like a big thing throughout. And then just from the beginning, I mean, you've got so many layers that just don't. It's like it's like the SoundCloud syndrome. It's like a lot of stuff that we get is like way too many fucking layers. It's like you're just throwing stuff in the mixing pot because you don't know what to put in there. Too much stuff, right? And then it's this thing of like compressing everything to Mars, right?
Mhm.
Like so much compression on the vocals. I heard a few points where plosives, I can't even do
And
it 'cause I have
sibilants,
a
yeah.
regular pop filter, but like so many
Yeah.
points where they're just bad plosives, right? And they
Plosives
get
and the
super
sibilants, like,
compressed.
yeah, there was
Yeah, and
just
so you're probably too close to the mic. And again, another kind of like beginner mistake is your monkey brain, like the lizard brain there.
damn, what are you calling
Not
Lily,
yours. I
bro?
just
Holy
mean
shit.
like we've all gotten a little bit of that, right?
Alright.
But I just mean like when you get closer to a mic, it sounds bassier and it sounds louder, and your lizard brain says, more of that. We like volume, right? Volume and like low end, because you get more low end and high end when you get closer. So your brain is like, it sounds better, but in the context of a mix, usually it doesn't. Usually makes things sound too forward, too present, or worst case scenario, you get a bunch of plosives, and that stuff doesn't sound good, especially when it's super, super compressed. So I think that's like the main main things for me is just a lot of layers, um, rhythmically ambiguous, and compression.
Yeah. That SoundCloud syndrome was a wild take, and then the what else did you say? Monkey brain, that was crazy.
I've talked about that before. I mean, it's like,
No, just kidding.
yeah,
Wait, too compressed in general? I think the beat was, like, fine, actually. I think the vocals were, like, distorted. They seemed distorted, and, like, it really brought out the is it a genre old head thing? No, 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 no. Well, I mean, I'm getting older, but I'm older than Josh too. But I do
I
listen to
think,
Plug and B from time to time. I think the vocals themselves were, like, distorted, maybe due to too much compression, and, like, they were really bringing out the plosives, those and
yeah.
then the S's, the sibilants, like, they were just, like, it sounded like static white noise. It was loud, like those specific parts of the vocals. So you don't want that to happen. But
Welly, I have a question. Do you use SoundCloud?
oh
Like, I'm
yeah,
just curious. Yes. Okay. So that's part of what I'm thinking on
you got the sound
diagnosing
syndrome. Damn,
or defining this SoundCloud
all
syndrome.
these layers, all these extra chromosomes. They're just like it's too much. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think it's just like you can have this perception sometimes if you listen to a lot of stuff on SoundCloud where it's like it's not as algorithmically driven, right? It's just like gonna recommend you shit from like anybody who's posting stuff, basically, depending on who you're like following and what your genres are and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can start listening to a lot of stuff that has little to no traction. Like, if people are posting it that you follow or that are reposting, but like nobody's actually seeking that stuff out and listening to it. And so, like, I don't know. I'd be curious to see, even from a lot of the stuff. And yeah, you said a lot of underground. That's
Mhm.
fine. I guess it's like, what's your goal?
Yeah.
Do you want to be an underground artist also? Well, you're going to become your influences, right? So if that's your influences, I mean, not all your influences, right? If you have other ones or you're trying to achieve a certain sound, then you can get there. But I just think that there's this trap of like, oh, because other people who also have maybe not the most refined mixing skills are posting stuff on SoundCloud and I'm seeing it or hearing it, that then you start to shift in that direction. And like, unfortunately, it's not a matter of like genre or taste as much as it is just like human perception and psychoacoustics, right? Like, there are certain things that are less comfortable or more comfortable to listen to, especially when you're listening to like a whole playlist. And it's part of the reason why people are attuned to mixing, even though they can't articulate why. Like, it's hard to find stuff that are in like popular playlists on streaming platforms that a lot of people listen to that are really poorly mixed. It's just, you're just not going to find it.
Mhm.
So I just caution, like, if you're trying to make something that's going to reach a wide audience, make sure that it sounds like stuff that can reach a wide audience, and there's fundamentals that underpin that. It's not just stylistic. It's like compression is ear fatiguing because there's not enough dynamics, and your ear has to work harder, your brain has to work harder to understand what's underneath that very not dynamic like waveform that is being decoded. So yeah, I
Yup.
mean, again, you don't need to know all of that, but the good rule of thumb is like, if I compare to stuff that's done really well, does it sound similar, or does it sound more like the stuff that doesn't do very well and it's just kind of like floating in the abyss of millions and millions of tracks that are all similar but don't
Mhm.
have a lot of listeners?
Right, right, right. I think the production, the compression on the track overall, it's loud for sure, and there's a lot of layers. But I didn't think it was bad. I thought the vocal production was
Yeah.
the part. I mean,
I
just
mean,
to take a snippet real quick here.
Using the talents I've been fashion, that fashion ain't seeing or having. My fits are out constantly, your shit is the trash, house bag better.
Yeah, I feel like the vocal itself, it seems like there's a distortion on it, even. But yeah,
yeah,
you know,
the vocal definitely is the most distorted thing.
yeah,
I think everything else is just such a mass that it all kind of blends together, and like there's no dynamics really in the track except for the bass. I think the bass kind of stands out
Yeah, it
nicely.
sounds great. Yeah.
That sounds good, but like the other stuff, there's just so many layers of mid-rangey stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Where can I send feedback? You got it, bro. That use that
Track
website.
sandwich. Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I thought. I mean, I have to check out this genre. I thought this was really really cool. It was like a
Yeah.
whole new kind of
I mean,
sound for me.
honestly, if you took out some of those unnecessary layers and then got the vocal timing right, I think this could be a really cool track. Like, I
I think
think
so too.
the content and like just a lot of it is cool, but there's just,
Yeah,
you know, some easy mistakes to make in there.
yeah. I think this is my favorite. What is it? Delivery from you from times of recent that I've heard. So
Times recent, yeah.
yeah, but cool. I got a score for vibes. Do you?
Yes,
All
I
right.
do.
3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Yep, I like
Okay,
it.
let's
Content.
see. Um, yeah, and then content, I guess the main points would be the layering and your delivery. But yeah, those are the main ones I'd pick out in that category.
Sounds like it needs to be regained stage. Interesting. And some stereo widening. Stereo widening would be cool to help just like each individual thing pop out a little bit.
Could help.
Look at this feedback. Give feedback in the chat, y'all. We love this.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
honestly, I don't. I honestly think you don't understand music like this.
well, so are you saying because you
That's
think
probably
it's
true.
similar to stuff that is in this genre? And again, what are your goals, right? So, do
Mhm.
you want to be another SoundCloud artist who, maybe
Maybe.
has some listens? Also, like with SoundCloud specifically, the number
I'll
of
be right back.
listens you have isn't really going to correlate all that well to like, do you have a fan base or fans or revenue? So that's a little bit of a difficult thing. But I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, is it because you would listen to this and say that it's ready or done or like perfect the way it is? Because I mean, to me, the main quality I would pick out of this is overwhelming, and that's mainly with the number of layers and the compression on the vocal. It's just hard to like process, right? It's just like so much flying at you, not in the way that like a heavy metal song is, where there's like all this stuff flying at you, but it's like dynamic, so it's like fun. This is just like a stream of digital bits. It's just like coming through the whole time because there's so much crap stacked on top of other crap, right? It's not to say that like all of the content is bad. It's just like, are you attached to that layer
Mhm.
that's there? Like, do you need it? What happens if you remove it? Like, would you think that it's better or worse if you got rid of some of the excess stuff and it was a little bit more like you could tell what's going on, kind of? And things
Yep.
also, just the concept of frequency masking is a very real thing, right? If you've got one thing in there and something else is in the same frequency range, you're not going to be able to hear either of them, or one of them is going to be severely limited by the other. So like it's just basic stuff. Like, do you want it to be super crowded? Do you want the vocal to be like super compressed and to hear all the sounds? Like, I don't really get it if that's the case. Maybe it's because there's so many people that are putting stuff on the internet that's kind of amateurish that that's become a style, and that's fine for you. But again, it's about your goals. It's just like, so you said, not gonna lie, kind of the unpolished sound, but I would be down to come out of that. Sure. So yeah, again, that's what I was saying. Is it's about your goals. It's like, do you want to have something that's really well mixed that could actually fly on like places outside of SoundCloud where people are used to like well mixed stuff? Do you
Mhm.
want something that sounds more polished? Like, that's really the only question to answer.
Yeah.
If not, if it's like you're going to rationalize because there's other stuff out there that sounds like at this level, then that's a different goal.
Yep. 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 The unpolished is just soft clipping, get a good mix, and then fuck it up. True. That is actually true.
It's funny.
Well, yeah, no, like Jacob does that a lot. So we'll sound cleaner overall, and you can control it. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that'd be a good direction to have actually. But yeah, I agree with Josh too. Like with the layers and stuff, like there's actually I could probably pinpoint like things where I'm like, okay, that sounds really cool. You should keep that. And then there's just like a wall of noise that you could probably get rid of. You know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like then it's even better because you get to highlight the actual really really cool parts in here. That's why I think I was like, oh, this genre is really cool because I heard like these crazy unique synths that I've never heard before,
Yeah.
and there's like 3 or 4 of them, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But then there's just like a wall of noise where I'm like, okay, it's hard to pick it out, and they feel like they left no room for Welly's vocal, and then Welly's vocal is like smashed. So it's like, all right, this is a wall of sound that I'm listening
Yeah.
to.
Well, look, it's a little bit also like cooking, right? Like you've got these ingredients, and if you put every flavor into every dish, good luck. Like, you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Like, do you want anchovies in your oatmeal? Like, I don't know. It's just like,
Yeah,
do you want to put everything in every dish? Because I think it, or like, do you want to eat everything animal style?
yes, sir.
Right? Like, I don't
Mhm.
know. Maybe there's probably some restaurants, right? You can go to Fat
Peanut
Sandwich
butter
in
and jelly.
Champagne.
Okay.
You can go to Fat Sandwich in Champagne, but and like people eat there when they're fucked up,
Mhm,
right? But like people don't go there every day because
mhm.
it's a
I've
lot.
never been there actually. Yeah, I've never been
Really?
there.
I
Yeah.
mean, they put like everything on a sandwich, and it's crazy, and like people have stories about it,
Mhm,
but it's like not the kind of thing that you would eat regularly because it's so off the wall, like up here, you know?
mhm, mhm. Right, right, right. I agree. It's not a daily driver. Chris, I know a lot of people can mix my songs, but I'm trying to do it myself. My
My
selfie.
selfie.
I should ask people that know how to mix better than me or figure it out myself. Or you could ask them for feedback too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they mix it well. Maybe I'm like, like I said, I think you're like pretty close. It's just the thing that I'd focus on is that vocal. Like it seems kind of smashed, but hell nah, fat sandwich is disgusting.
Yeah, see? Some people might feel that way about like SoundCloud rap or plugin B or whatever, but
Yeah.
Um, it- yeah, you said about the mixing thing. I'm curious if this would work, but like for some people, it might help if you get somebody to mix like one of your tracks and like get somebody who really knows what they're doing and has done stuff in like a genre that you're trying to emulate
Mhm.
and just see what you sound like through somebody else's great mix. That might be an interesting experiment to be like, oh fuck, like that's how that could be different than what I'm doing right now and help guide you towards like, oh, I want that sound. Like I want that my bass to sound like that, or I want my vocals to sound like that. And now you got a direction in the context of yourself versus like feeling like you're really far away and you're like, maybe I just don't sound like that other artist. There's like different elements that may be hard to see when you're you, especially
Yeah.
when you're mixing yourself. So maybe that's an idea. Just like try to get a good mix from somebody and like, yeah, it may be expensive to do this sort of proof of concept thing, like pilot test. I would try to get it from somebody who can really mix and not from somebody who's just going to be like slightly better than you.
Mhm.
Um, in the future, you can like do more of the mixing yourself or get somebody who's only slightly better to like help out. I would just say if you're trying to find like art of the possible, how good could I sound with a great mix?
Mhm.
Might be worth a try. I don't know.
I think you could bring it to other people. One that will give you like honest feedback, and like two, you could even like bring our feedback points to them and be like, hey, like make them listen to it, and then be like, hey, like they were saying that, oh, my vocals a little fried. Do you think that too? Like, just get multiple ears on it as well. Um,
Yeah, Ross XO said you could put it in, put a reference song
right.
you like into Ozone and see what it does to your song. Yeah, a reference song into Ozone. So would that be like Ozone tries to emulate
This
the
frequency spectrum, I
signature?
think.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
you could try that. I mean, I don't know if it will work super well. And again, if it's a matter
it's
of
more of a
like
master thing.
knowing how good it can be,
Mhm.
and if you're not quite sure about the judgment right now to do that, then it might be safer to have somebody who definitely is going to provide a good mix or master and then be able to say, oh, that's what it could sound like versus like Ozone did something that's different and that's interesting. And I'm just going to stop there.
Mhm. Oh yeah, it's definitely you definitely tweak it. It's like a decent. I'd even say starting point, but like another form of feedback in a way. It's like another way of doing it, but
Yeah. But
yeah,
also, Ozone is not going to like take layers
experimentation.
out. Ozone's not going
Right.
to like
It's
do
just
advanced
masters.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
just mastering. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Which I would say like focus on the vocal here. I think the beat pretty much is like mixed pretty well. It has a lot going on, and if you have stems, like maybe get rid of some, but
yeah.
the way it's processed is pretty good. It's just the vocal, but okay. Feel like we're kind of hitting the points again. So content,
Yeah.
do you have a score?
Let's see. Content. Yeah.
You got it. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Production.
Yeah, and then production's all the cacophonous layering.
Mm-hmm.
The compression on the vocal.
Sibilants, plosives, yeah.
Yeah.
Ross
I
is
mean,
going crazy.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Yep. Production. Oh, you got a score?
Yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. Track total?
Yeah, let's
I think I can
see.
go here actually. 64. Oh man, this is hovering by my score. This is it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Boom, boom,
What do
boom,
you?
boom. That might be a little low actually. Here, I'll go 71. But it's there. Welly, real W. There's so much I could do, especially at the moment. During the summer, I'll be able to work a lot with my network, but I really just do it for fun and therapy. Fire,
Yeah,
man. Do
yeah,
it.
it's all good.
Yeah. I think you
Yeah,
could I honestly like if I was in the studio with you, I would just like tweak a couple small things here and there. Like really, if you have the stems, like okay, get rid of this layer. Hey, don't deep fry your vocal as often, and then like I think it would help a lot. Maybe some retakes too for the kind of hastened vocals here and there. But yeah,
yeah.
I
I mean,
don't think
dude,
it's like there's a lot of things to like here. So
yeah. No, I want to see like what you can do, Welly, with like either just bumping up your mixing chops or having somebody help out, or like and just trying to hone in on like the delivery at some of those points because I think you could have some really great stuff. It's just a matter of the execution on some of that stuff.
wait, you come back? I've been out of the States since September, right? You come back in the summer though, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Welly. Um, wait, what's our average at? Shit, where
Our
am I at?
average.
Yeah, I can click average score. Oh, okay, no, I'd have to go super high to get it to a 69. Anyways, all right, who's next in the queue here, y'all?
We've
We
got a few
got
more. I didn't even see that. So we've got Cade
we got a
up
lot. Yeah,
next. So Cade's here. Ross XO is also here. So you'll be last theoretically. And then we've
and we got
got
a few others.
Rainer the God and Ford Toxic. So say hey in the chat. What's up?
Yep.
You probably see on the website, we get to like 5 tracks per stream because we do it for 2 hours and we give pretty detailed feedback, which is a bit of a premium feature, it turns
Yep.
out.
Mhm.
But if you want to get reviewed today, we do review every track in order that they're submitted. If you want to get reviewed and skip the queue and get in today, then there's a tip link, or like there's like the ability to tip right above there. $5 minimum. If you want to do that, you can. Again, that'll get you in today. We end at 7:30 Central, so we got like 40 minutes left. But yeah, we should have only time for these next 2 tracks probably.
Yeah, something like that.
35 minutes actually. But
Yep.
yeah, so if you want to do that, feel free. If you're going to do it, maybe let us know in the chat because we're about to go to the next one otherwise.
Right. So right now it would be 931 Cade and Ross XO would be this week, and then if you don't tip Reiner, you'd be first next week, and
In
4
2
Toxic
weeks.
after that. In 2 weeks, yeah.
Heads
actually,
up. We've got one
there's a
stream
vacation.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to get to you guys, and if you have like deadlines to meet and stuff, that's why the tip is there. Otherwise, we do it in order that it's submitted. So let us know.
And yeah, if you come back, so you'll get like an email notification the day of the next stream in the morning. If you come back during the stream and you're like, I want to submit a new version of this or a new track, we'll hold your spot in line so you can do that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, if you've got something new by then, you can submit it. But
Cool.
Yeah, let us know if you want to skip. If not, we'll go on to 931 Cade.
Let's do it. 931 Cade, songwriter, lyricist, song called Offline Too High with 931 Cade. Track genre is hip hop and trap. Track artist is Rick Astley, crazy. Yeah, if you have any thing that you want us to listen to in particular, or if you're like specifically looking for vocal feedback, let us know. Anything like that. But otherwise, let me see if anybody said they'll tip. Nope. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
931 Cade, 3, 2, 1. Rick Astley. Oh, that higher synth is a little shrill.
A little bit. It's in that speech frequency range, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Staring, got him pissed off. Keep my 9 strapped, no, I'm staying with my pistol. Cooking
A
at the
lot of
trap,
reverb.
boiling water with a whistle. Every day's the same, always clear
Very
like a
high pitch.
crystal. Clear like a crystal, how are you so evil? Digging on my mind for revenge on some people. Always in my mind
Just
from
like
the view
Lil
of a
Yachty
seagull.
meets
I'm so
Juice
high
WRLD.
right now.
A really quiet
Get so
808.
high, live life. Shawty keep it on her and I keep it by my side.
And that's a little
Shawty,
muffled
she
sounding.
alone now, she afraid to die. Shawty, she a work of art and I see she crying. I don't wanna fall no more and see my
Nice
eyes
vocal sound.
lie. Yeah, yeah, I don't wanna hear your lies no more and all the secrets you tell. Get so goddamn high I can function. I just bought a walk to the function. Yeah, Shawty bring her friends, now we on now. Shawty bring her friends, now we on now. Yeah,
Clear like a crystal, how are you so
Yeah, the
evil?
808 's
Digging
nice.
on my mind for revenge on some people. Always in my mind from the
Weak
view
ass
of a
808.
seagull. I'm so
Kinda funny, it's
high
like pancake
right
ass.
now. Put the perks down, my friends keep telling me it's killing me. I don't mean to argue, I'm
Everything
just
is
trying to
so
match
far
your
behind the
energy. But
vocals.
I've been going through shit again in my mental. Driving me insane, getting high in a rental. I don't know what I've been through, all these judging faces in my rear view.
Shawty know she off of the drugs, but I hear you.
Beer too full of medication, so I take 2.
Take 2, I don't wanna get near you. Near you.
Got him staring, got him pissed off. Keep my 9 strapped, no, I'm staying with my pistol. Cooking at the trap, boiling water with a whistle. Every day's the same, always clear like a crystal. Clear like a crystal, how are you so evil? Digging on my mind for revenge on some people. Always in my mind from the view of a seagull. I'm so high right now.
I'm so high right now. What is this audio tail at the end here?
Long fucking outro, yeah. And then it.
No, I mean
ends.
that's what I mean. Like, what happened at the
What?
end?
The fucking ending.
Here we go, guys. You did it. This
It's
is some,
always
one way.
like
this.
this.
This is one
Fuck!
way to trigger Josh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him know. All right, guys. Here we go. Another 0 today. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'll forgive you.
Offline, too high. 931K. Rick Astley. What do you
Clearly
think,
too
Josh?
high, Jesus.
Yeah.
No, I mean overall, I like the vibe that's underneath the rubble. I feel like the mix is a layer that's getting between us and the song.
Yes.
It just is like it sounds like it's far away because there's so much reverb kind of like on everything.
Way too much. Yeah.
Even on the vocals, like they
Especially the
sound
vocal.
if like the front is like right here of like the mix, the
Mhm.
vocals sound like they're like halfway back, and then
Mhm.
everything else is like 80-90% of the way like to the back of the mix.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
where is everything? And that 808 is like it's dying. Like
Mhm.
it has just no oomph to it. It's fine if it's supposed to be more of like a sort of chill like 808, but it's also like just so quiet. It's got the low
got
velocity and it's quiet.
Yeah, no impact at all. What's up, Extreme Think? Use that link if you want to submit a song. I agree with that, especially. I think the vocal performances are pretty decent,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
either the way that they're recorded or like the kind of EQing that was happening. To add to your analogy, it was like, yeah, the vocals are like halfway back, but they're coming through a walkie-talkie. So it's
Yeah.
like it's not
They-
even.
They all sound like they're recorded in different places with different setups for sure.
Mm.
I don't know if that's the case, but it sounds like it. And like some of
I
them,
didn't get that as much. I got that they were just like walkie-talkies.
You sure about that? I mean,
Yeah.
they sound pretty different.
Water with a whistle. Every day's the same, always clear like a crystal. Clear like a crystal, how are you so evil? Digging on my mind.
And then there's something over here, I think.
Put the perks down, my friends keep telling me it's killing me. I don't
Who was the one that came in that had the really like muddy
This guy.
vocal?
This
Is
is
this one?
Live life. Shawty keep it on her and I keep it by my side.
That's gotta be-
Shawty, she alone now.
was that
That has to be recorded somewhere else. I mean, it's so
Might be,
different.
yeah.
It's so different.
crystal, how are you so evil? Digging on my mind for revenge on some people. Always in my mind from the
I
view.
don't know. It didn't seem too different, but yeah, it might be
Yeah.
just the fact that they tried to process it the same, and both of it was.
High, live life. Shawty keep it on her and I
There's
keep
also
it.
like a sound. And did you hear that? Here, look. There's like some weird coming through.
Yeah.
I get too high, live life. Shawty keep it on her and
You
I
hear
keep
that on life?
I think it's just, I think it's life, and then like there's delay on it, so it's like
delay.
like an echo.
There's no delay there. Hold on, let's try it again.
I get too high, live life. Shawty keep it on her
It
and I
sounds to me
that-
like it's just
I heard that.
live.
Yeah, I didn't hear that at first. Yeah.
So it's just little. I mean, when that vocal came in immediately, I'm like, why does this one sound so like blanketed?
Mm.
Like the other one sounded like it was like low passed and like or like band passed where it's like
Yeah.
walkie talkie ish,
Mhm.
and like the all of the performances are good.
Yeah.
But just like the quality of the vocals are so different, and they're in like they're just mixed totally differently. They sound very not compatible.
Mm.
So that was like a big thing. But yeah, just overall mix wise, it's definitely very like, why is why are things so far back?
Mhm.
Things are so quiet and muted. It's like strange. And the vocals are definitely the furthest thing forward by a lot, where they don't really sound like they're totally in the track. It's like track is secondary. You bought it from someone or something. And it's like in the back, and then here's the vocals. That's all we're doing. Except we're
Yep.
recording on different like mics and with different distances and different mixing. And it's like,
Mhm.
is this a pro project or is this just like send
There's
it?
ain't no question. Yeah, ain't no question. But
Yeah.
yeah, the deliveries are pretty decent actually. The first guy reminds me of a cross of like Lil Yachty and what's his name, Juice WRLD. So yeah, it's kind of cool to hear. But yeah,
Yeah.
and the beats like kind of Uzi Vert esque. But anyways, that's it for vibes. Do you have a score?
Yeah. I mean, it's another case where it's like the vibes and like the song underneath are fine or good. Like the performances are good. It's just that like the mix makes no sense here. It's just
Yeah,
like,
that adds to the vibe of this not being pro, right? This is like amateur.
yeah, yeah,
So cool. All right, I got a score to you.
yeah, I do.
3, 2, 1.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. Content.
Content, again, it's just a matter of the content's pretty good. Like the song structure is fine,
Yeah.
and the vocal performances are like good. They're like in the pocket. Like the auto tune sounds good.
Mhm.
I don't really have a whole lot to say for content.
Yeah, I think I like the beat too. Although the beat, there's that one synth that is very shrill that we talked about in the beginning. It's all production though, I would say. But yeah, content. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. So I have a score. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting a call. Uh, cool. 3, 2, 1. Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Production.
Yeah, and then production we talked about quite a bit. So
Yep. I got a score.
more to say there. Yeah, I do too.
3, 2, 1. Baba Booey. Oh, did it not publish?
No.
Yeah, I could go lower actually.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's definitely what's holding you guys back. You guys sound pretty good too, so like, please try to fix whatever's happening.
Yeah.
um,
It's like a glass
shame.
half empty
Really good.
situation. It's like you're not using like you have like the
Half
box.
empty or half full? What do you mean?
It's glass half empty because that's like what matters here, right? It's like, yeah, you've got like half of it there, but like half is missing. That's the thing with like music and releasing music is that really what you need to be focused on. Yes, you want to have stuff that's good. You want to like fill up that half the glass. But like if even 5% of your glass is empty, it's not at the potential where it could be. Like good luck competing with the 40 million, literally 40 million other artists out there.
Mhm.
It's just too hard. It's just like too difficult if there's somebody else who's similar in your genre. Like it's not that different of a value proposition to the listener. Like people can find shit in this genre otherwise that's just mixed better
Yeah.
or that just is performed even better, right? By like a couple percent. And the algorithm will like every time somebody chooses that track over yours, it skews it more away from you. And so you've got this thing where like that 1% now is 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, 20%. And your odds of success just go down when there's a teeny little crack for like people to find in like, I don't like this. I need to find something that sounds better to their ears. They may not know why. Again, it often comes down to just like the things we talk about with like, is it structured well? Their performance is good, timing,
Mhm.
mixing, even mastering. Like it all just has to come together and do a really great package to have a shot. So
Mhm.
that's why production is important.
Yeah, I agree. Typically, yeah, we only get through 5 songs. We might have more because we're going a little fast now, but we'll see.
We may have time for one more.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we don't like to overpromise and underdeliver here, but yeah, uh, I I think this is like meeting the threshold of being listenable. Like, it's listenable, but it's not like if I heard this, I'd be like, okay, this person's an amateur. That might be like their second song. They tried to mix it themselves. It's
Yeah,
like it's not like, oh, this is an artist I want to show my friends yet, you know? So
yeah,
like the glass that he's talking about, for me, it's like the glass needs to be filled up to like a threshold of like, oh, I would show this to other people.
yeah.
Like this is a cool artist that I found. So
Yeah. Well, there's like this weird thing too where it's not like the way that we've got the scores here. There's like a fixed ceiling and a fixed floor, right? It's more the ceiling is more the important thing. So like I often think that if you've got like a really amazing artist that just has they have the thing, right? And you hear them like singing in some shitty like YouTube video. Like I don't know, for instance, let's say like Justin Bieber when he was on YouTube a long time ago and he wasn't like it wasn't recorded well. It was recorded on a fucking potato, right? And but he was just like singing his guts out, and it appealed to people because he had that thing, right? And so it was like that outweighs the rest. So if you're like an incredible artist, you've got like a really outstanding unique artist, the mix is secondary to that. And the mix can be simple, doesn't have to be anything special, and it can be fine. And like a lot of successful artists have come up and out like that. But if you're not if that is not a factor that's present, right? You're not that different. Like maybe the artist is fine, but not like crazy amazing. You also need to have a good mix, and you need to have good content and good structuring so that people don't leave. It's kind of like it's this sum or almost yeah, it's like a sum of different parts, right? So you've got like weights for these different categories. If the artist is amazing, the other stuff matters less. But if they're not, the other stuff becomes more important.
yeah,
So that's just one way to think about it.
agreed. Cool.
Track total.
Track total. Yeah,
Let's do
I got
it.
a score.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Call me an optimist.
Yeah,
Optimist Prime.
I was gonna say that.
There you go.
All
Jumped the
right.
gun. Cool. Thank you,
Sweet.
Cade. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for joining. And by the way, I guess we should shout out a couple things here.
Yes, definitely.
One, we've got Discord. If you want to jump in there, I
Cool.
think we both put it in there, or
Yes.
somebody else requested it right when I entered it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've got a Discord. If you want to hop in there and just have a place to chat with others, find collabs, whatever, feel free to do that. We're also
Yep.
building something on top of this
B2B, the
platform.
artist. Sorry, if you're trying to submit, use the website, not the Discord. I think you just did that. But anyways,
Yes,
please
good
continue, Josh.
good call out.
Yeah.
Yeah, use the platform that we've got here that we take submissions through and display them on the overlay here. But behind this, we're building something even more exciting, which is the FastTrack platform. So that's like a music project management tool suite, right? Where you can upload your projects, your tracks, and then versions of those tracks as you work on them. You can share your projects and tracks with collaborators, and then they can comment on the waveforms and actually leave timestamped comments so you can
Yo.
see exactly what they're talking about. You can reply, get notifications about replies. We have tasks, so you can assign tasks to yourself or to others with deadlines, get notified about those deadlines, filter, sort, categorize, like all that kind of stuff. So it's just like a way to manage your progress through your music releases. And we've got a whole bunch more features that we're planning to roll out to help you like build your teams, communicate with people better, see what's happening across your projects, etc. So we're excited about all of that. We're running a closed beta right now, so we are manually onboarding users into the product, and then we have like a little chat with you, just figure out like what are your needs, what would be useful to you in this, give us some feedback on the product. And if you want to get into that, if you want access, just let us know. Just reach out to us on Discord or Instagram, which is in the top right there,
Mhm.
and we'll get you into it. But yeah, we're super excited. We've pushed like 30 releases in the past few months and have a lot more in our sights for the next few months. So
How many beta users do we have now? Like 50
like
something or
50 something. Yeah.
yeah, and then okay, cool. Yeah,
So yeah.
so get in, y'all. If you really want to get in, let us know. You can sign up for that wait list too. But the most direct way is like just chat us up. So we'll get you in. But yeah, cool. So we got another submission, I think Fink as well. So guys, right now we typically only promise five songs, and we're getting close to the end, and we take typically 15 minutes.
Yeah, we
per
go until
song.
7:30 Central, by the way, which is in 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we have Ross XO, which shout out to Ross. He's been giving feedback in the chat. We love it. We got Reiner, who's also in the chat, Ford Toxic, and Fink. And we most likely have only time for one left. So right now would be Ross. We do have a tipping mechanism to have you guys skip the line if you want to do that, because we understand people have deadlines or people don't want to wait. So $5 will get you listened to right now. Otherwise, we'll push you to the next stream, and you guys can save your spot. You can replace whatever audio you have in there for the next stream, because it's going to be in like 2 weeks. So yeah, you're probably going to have updates by that time. But yeah, so if you guys want to get your song listened to this week, please use the tipping mechanism, and please let us know if you're going to do it. Otherwise, we'll go to Ross XO, and I mean, I want to listen to Ross, but yeah, if you guys want to listen to your track now, please tip and please let us know.
Going once, going twice.
Dude, Ross is bleeding purple, and that's our purple.
Bleeding purple. I think we got to do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, Ross, we appreciate you. So Ross's song is called Lost. Their role is they played the artist, they did the mixing, mastering, as well as production. Track genre is trap, electronic, EDM, drum and bass, R&B, how, jazz fusion, how, experimental, crazy. Artist is Ross XO, and then originally meant to be a remix, but with added vocals. And how I use the original, it's more of a sample. Okay, cool. That's Lost. It's originally a remix, but now it's not. But yet they still used it. Interesting. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Holy sound design.
Lost, I'm trying to be honest, man. Get lost, is it love you wanted? Come on, baby, get lost tonight. From the moment you asked for love, I thought it was a dream. But what you say, I don't feel right. Yeah, come on, baby, get lost tonight. When the camera's flashing so bright, you think it was a dream. Lost, get lost. Lost. No, 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 no,
I see what he meant by jazz. Big sound. There it goes. A little high and heavy.
Lost, I'm trying to be honest, man. Get lost, isn't that what you wanted? Come on, baby, get lost tonight. From the moment you asked for love, I thought it was a dream. But what you say, I don't feel right. Yeah, come on, baby, get lost tonight. When the camera's flashing so bright, you think it was a dream. I was getting paid, but you playing, 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 playing some motion. no concept. Stay too emotional, don't wanna fight. First that ocean of your love, I shouldn't let it define me. Swear I tried. Come on, baby, get lost tonight. From the moment you asked for love, I thought it was a trap. Get lost, get lost, get lost.
Huh.
Crazy.
Interesting.
Super
I'm
cool.
curious about the ending there. Is that your planned way to end it? Because it sounds a little bit like you just sort of were like, it has to end now.
Mhm. Yeah,
It wasn't very outro-y, like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I get you.
Maybe it's just in progress. I don't know.
Low key, yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
I feel like ending it now.
I
I
mean,
mean,
dude, you've got so many
Lost is like
cool,
such
like,
a yeah, Lost is such a perfect name for this right now. It's just
yeah. That last part sounded almost like it ended like mid-section. You know, like if a section just wrapped up and then you had like a crazy, like one of those weird drum break things to lead it out and just be super dry, like outro, you could do that.
Mhm.
Or just like kind of end and then there'd be like a like something like that. But here it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna end now. It fades out.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I don't know why that is. We talked about it a little bit, but like, why are song endings so hard? I think people just focus more time on intros because that people work chronologically, and then once they get there, they're like burnt out, or they just like don't put time and effort into the end. It's so weird.
Mhm.
But anyways, I mean, overall, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's crazy,
super cool.
super cool. Yeah,
Yeah, these are like so. These drops were so creative.
yeah.
For me, it's like Lost is what I felt like. There's like all of these
Oh,
kind of uh I don't know, the way I see it right now, there's like these crazy cool drops that once you get into a groove, it's like fantastic.
yeah,
And then there's these in between sections that I don't know what exactly is happening.
yeah,
And they might be, jazzy and somewhat creative and stuff, but I just feel lost. Like
yeah,
pun unintended. It's like I don't know what to do with myself. Like the intro, for example, I feel like is a like I didn't really get into any sort of groove until like after a minute, I think, which is when like the first drop
yeah,
hits and
yeah.
you hit me with that like super cool drum fill, and I'm like, okay. Then when the drop hits, like this is fantastic. Like why why take that long to get to like such a cool part?
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, that honestly, that in particular, like I do see the point about feeling lost overall, but I think those kind of extended, like unpredictable intros can really work in this genre and area, like with this sort of jazz fusiony weird stuff.
mhm,
And I agree, like it took a while to get there. Maybe even like you've got this section before that.
mhm.
It's gonna play.
Asked for love, I thought it was a dream. But what you say, I don't feel right. Yeah, come on, baby, get lost tonight. When the cameras flash so bright, you think it was a dream. Get lost, get lost, get lost. No, 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 no,
Yeah,
So
so
that itself, like that was like a build-up section, really, and
yeah,
that build-up section was really long, and it hit us with a couple of like fake drops,
yeah, it went, like,
right?
back down, and then it came back up, but, like, from where you can see on the waveform, it got quieter and then comes back up.
Yeah,
There's just so much time in there that we're waiting for like, where is this going?
yeah,
And, like, you've done a lot of fake outs already. It's
mhm.
like, how many fake outs can you do
Dude,
before it's like, what's happening? Like, we're kinda, like, tripping over ourselves a little bit here.
and yes to that, but remember, before this, there were buildups like this too. Like
I
there's a
know,
buildup
I know.
where there's a pitch bend upward. We just built up into a buildup section,
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like that's 30 seconds in, and then only a minute when it hits a minute 12 do we get the drop, which is
yeah.
like, bruh, you like faked us out. I'd say too much. Like,
Yeah, honestly, the closest thing that this reminds me of is, like, Jacob Collier meets dubstep. It's like a
Maybe.
lot of his stuff is like this, where he's got like these intro sections that are super intricate and have all this cool stuff going on and like
Mhm.
very rhythmic and kind of hi-fi. And then it will like do that where it like goes into something else, and then it's like, oh, now we're in a different place. And I find that fun until we get towards the end of this section where it's like we're still building up, and then I think that that lead in to the like groove was also just like I didn't know where the groove started. It
Mhm.
was weird. It was like it kind of slowly got into it, and then we're like, oh, okay, this is like a groove now, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
versus like
Well,
having a clear cutoff point, and then we're
exactly.
like in the groove.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, I wanna bob my head to this, but I don't know when to start." It's like, "Dude, you just, like, destroyed all the impact that you had with the drop, like, just drop it." Like, you don't have to do everything ridiculously weird for it to be cool, and, like, I kind of this reminds me of and you say Jacob Collier meets, dubstep. There's a couple of artists that I think about where this person reminds me of them actually, where that's very intricate, very weird. They do like really cool, like unique things musically, but it's still like EDM. One
Hmm.
person that comes to mind is, or the group that comes to mind is Tennyson, and I don't know if they're still signed to Skrillex's label, but like that's like top level production, and they just do like jazzy shit, and it's like really cool and really droppy. I would put you in that camp, which I think is a very respectable camp. But I think they do something really well where it's like they get to the good parts like right away, and they still do really weird stuff. But you don't have to drag out this intro for 1 minute and 12 seconds before we get something. So
Yeah,
yeah, cool. But yeah, to avoid dragging out the feedback here, otherwise the vibes. I think this was a fantastic thing to listen to, especially the drops. Those are my favorite parts. I feel a little bit lost in these other areas. Maybe it's intentional, maybe it's not. I personally think you could cut down on those a little bit and kind of hit a sweeter kind of duration to listen to as well. It's at
yeah,
4 minutes. Maybe I found myself a little bit bored. Especially in those just in between sections. But otherwise, like it felt like a little bit like doing weird things, just like trying to force it versus like actually making it like a transition to something, you know, like an
yeah.
intentional
It's
transition.
like you can have the weird acrobatics, but then you also have to have like genuinely good sections that are like the
Yeah.
groove really hits. It feels like we're in it. There's not this fear of like we might fall out of the groove at any moment because it's so all over the place. And again, like Jacob Collier does stuff like this, where it's like there's all this weird shit happening, but then once you get into a groove section, it's very clearly its own thing. There's enough like sonic and rhythmic and even tempo like variation from the thing before it that now we know we're in this section. I think the other part of that delineation is that it feels right now like it's all a big instrumental section, and sometimes there are vocals in it.
Yeah.
It never felt like the vocals were like a centerpiece or like there's an artist that's the
Yeah.
vocalist. It
Yeah.
always felt like the artist is the producer and the vocals are just samples. And I don't know if that's the case or not, but it did sound like it didn't sound like there was an artist as a centerpiece at any
Yeah.
point. It was like there's vocals that are there, but the way that they're mixed in, they're very like sibilant and
Yeah.
high endy, and there's like the body, literally the body of the vocals not there.
Yeah.
So
And
that
you don't really
contributes.
hear what they're saying either.
Yeah, it's not super intelligible because of that mixing, I think, in part.
Oh,
And
the
you said,
producer is the art. Is
yeah,
the art.
okay, so that makes sense, right? He said he does sample the vocals. So that's a question. Like, do you want to? It gives more of the EDM vibe side of things, right? When it's just sampled vocals and it's like, okay, they're just there to provide sound, basically, or like vibe or texture or whatever. They're not there to be artists. Um, and you can tell that usually, right? If that's the case here, that's fine. But then I start to question, like, do we want this to be 4 minutes then, where there's so much throwing us around? Like, is that a good listener experience? Is there some way to use those vocals that make those sections more like song sections? And like, and then we go back into the crazy instrumental stuff. Like, I don't know. That just makes it feel like too much of the same throughout. It's a lot of like musical acrobatics without a lot of just like let's sit here for a second and
Mhm.
enjoy this groove and then do something crazy. It's like we're doing crazy things the whole time, kind of.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I agree. I think the star, you're Ross, you're the producer here too. I think the just like in terms of there's levels to this shit. The production here and like the crazy drums and like just cool jazzy stuff that's happening. I think the vocal that I was given it's decent, but it's not like a main thing to pay attention to. The main thing to pay attention to, and like Josh said, it was mixed this way actually, was just all the crazy stuff the producer's doing. So yeah, it just the vocal part wasn't itself very riveting. But anyways, we still on vibes. Did we get in the
Yeah,
score yet?
yeah, we can give a
All
score.
right. Anyways, this is like still fantastic. So
Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, I got a score. You
Me too. Yeah,
2-1. Ugh.
yeah, it's up there. It's cool.
Yeah, content.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like there's a lot of really impressive shit going on. It's kind of that weighted
Impressive is
thing
the
where
right
there's
word. Yeah.
so much impressive stuff going on that some of the like content stuff can be a little bit excused, right? If you hear this, like you're gonna be like, this is really interesting, and then there's just a few things that are slightly frustrating, right? Like
Yeah.
it's because of going around and around and like just doing so much the whole time, it
You're
becomes a
doing
little
too
bit
much. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it becomes a little frustrating, but it doesn't have to. Like you've got enough to make it interesting,
Oh yeah,
meet that threshold and don't go too far past it, and you'll have something that's well balanced enough for like the casual or the in-depth listener, and
exactly.
it makes it something worth listening to. It's like this comes up on a playlist, who the fuck is this artist? I'm adding this. They can do crazy shit,
Yeah,
but don't
exactly.
overwhelm them. That's really what it is.
I agree. Cool. I don't think I have anything else to say. I think we said a lot in vibes already, but I
Yeah,
got a score.
yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1. Buh.
Boom. Yeah.
Production.
Yeah, and then production, just the sibilance thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty high end heavy.
I think
Just in
that's the
general.
main thing. I know you're trying to make it sound probably really high end and clean, like hi-fi clean, and I think you're achieving that, but it still has just a little bit of a high end, like
It's shrill.
everything's airy tinge to it,
Yeah.
and again, a little bit of a hole in like the mids and low mids. And I'm not saying to do a lot there because I think you're trying to get a simple sound out of it, but there are some parts where it sounds like it's that extreme mid scoop thing. There's just an instrument in the low end and just something or a few things in the high end,
Yeah.
and there's like not even a single thing really like in that middle of the range. So
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's not even just the vocals, Ross. It's like I feel like the whole master itself was just kind of high end heavy, and
yeah,
especially like when the hi hats come in and stuff, some of them sound pretty shrill. So
yeah, I
there's
agree.
some like just frequency sweeping that you might have to do. But yeah, otherwise, things sounded pretty clean. I loved the drums. The drums sounded really clean, and I could pick up everything that you were doing. It was really cool.
Yeah,
Um, okay, I have a score for production.
yeah, I do too.
3, 2, 1. Buh.
Yeah.
Track total.
Track totes. Let's
Do,
see.
do, 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 do. Well, I gotta do what I gotta do, I guess. You have
Ready?
it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Buh.
Boom.
There you
Yeah.
go.
This is a cool track. I mean, like genuinely impressive and cool. It's just a matter of not overwhelming our ears with like the high frequency stuff and not overwhelming our attention and minds with like all of the builds, and then we go back down and back up and like where are we? Like we're lost.
Yeah, bro, you're edging us, bro. Then we lose it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
So yeah. Guess that's the stream.
That's a direction, bro. Anyways,
Yeah.
yes, Joe Farwick. Sorry. Oh, Joe Farwick. I remember your album art. Your last song was crazy, I think.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Good to see you again, bro. Yes, unfortunately, do people not get the memo? We end at 7:30 Central every time. So
Yep.
yes, that was the last submission. Sorry about that. In the queue, we got a fat queue for next time though. So we got Reiner, we got Ford Toxic, we got Fink, and we got Joe Farwick. For the next time we stream. Unfortunately, that won't be next week. It'll be the week after. We'll get to every song if you guys want to keep your song in there. We'll keep your spots if you want to change out your song, the next stream. You can do that. So you'll get an email when you're up next. Like I said, it'll be
Yeah.
not
The
this Friday, but the next,
the
or not
day of the
next Friday, but
stream.
yeah,
Yep, the day of the stream, you guys will get an email in the morning saying, "Hey, you're going to be up today." So
yep,
you'll know when to come back, or follow us on Twitch to get notified too. But
yep,
yeah, looking forward to getting to all those. Joe Farwick and everyone else, thanks for coming in and submitting.
yep,
Like we said, we do this for the most part every Friday. We've got one stream off, which we really haven't had a whole lot of.
nope,
But yeah, we do every song. Excited for that. We are building a platform to
yep,
help you make music easier and better and faster. And that's right here on FastTrack. So if you signed up through the stream, looks like everybody in the queue actually has an account already.
Fire.
You will soon get access, if you want it even sooner, to our productivity platform. So that's like upload projects, tracks, and then revisions, like versions to your tracks, share them with collaborators in one place, have comments, like a whole comment section on each track or each project. You can reply to each other, you can mention people. There's notifications for all of that. There's timestamps. You can specify where you're talking about in the track. You can add tasks as well and track like notes on those, statuses, deadlines, assignees, that kind of stuff, and a whole lot more around just like building your teams and having your team in one place to figure out like who does what, keeping it all organized, communicating like what you're working on, and just making your best music easier. So that's what we're building. If you have ideas, suggestions, or you want access ASAP, just let us know. That's all you have to do. So hit us up on Instagram, our personal ones, or the one in the top right, FastTrack_music, or on Discord, which also we can put in the chat. Yeah, we've got that. And otherwise, follow us on Instagram if you want to, here as well. And yeah, we'll look forward to being back soon, reviewing your music and having you in the FastTrack product as well.
Yep. Thanks
So,
for
yeah.
signing up, y'all. Appreciate you. And good music this week.
Yeah, some good shit.
Keep it up. We still want a purple though.
Yes. If you've got a really great track, you can get top tier track, and then you get featured on our Instagram and our playlists, and you will be winner chicken dinner. So
Yeah, we've been fiending for it. It's
yeah,
been a while.
send us your best shit.
Cool. But all right, y'all. Thanks very much. Let's get out of here.
Cool. Thanks,
There's
everyone.
only one viewer right now, so
Peace.
everybody already peaced out.